Hi, Riley. My name is David Milburn, and I spoke to Christina in your office. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 things you can do today to help bring in more customers to your business. And most likely you're sitting there asking yourself, well, why would I be doing this and what's in it for me? Well, my company's goal is to help local small businesses like yours. And oftentimes in the world of the internet, most local business owners are too busy running their business to learn how the internet can benefit them and their company. Sometimes the only hesitation they have to hiring someone is that they don't know who's an expert and who isn't. And I've found by giving people an easy blueprint of actual things they can do to impact their business for free has resulted in some of these local business owners raising their hands and saying, I like you, David, so please do this for me. So if by the end of this video you've liked what you've heard and you can see that I have a lot of tricks up my sleeve that can help your business, shoot me a message back and we can chat. Or if at the end of this video you simply want to take this free attack plan I gave you to do it yourself, that works for me too. So now let me show you 3 things that will set your company above your competition and not waste any more of your time or mine. The first thing I want to go over is content. So this is your site, and so all these things here we're highlighting, that's all content, what we call content. So Google doesn't just look at your site and automatically know what your company does, what your services are. So it sends out these robots to read all this content and to catalog that. So we want to make sure your site has more content than your competition, and not just what's on top of the website, right, which you can see here, but also what's behind it, meta description, meta tags. So as an example, if you go to an image, you right click and do save image as, it pops up with what the name of that picture is. Now someone has saved this as a certain name, but it's really not optimized for keywords that people are searching for your services. So so one of the things I would do is to get some of the keywords that are being searched for behind these images to help add more content to your site. And what we've seen over the years is that Google likes to see between 1,000 to 1,500 words of content on your homepage. So these guys over here are your competitors. I actually did, so you can see here, I did a search, roofing companies, Louisville, KY. And if you go down into the organic search, this is the first site that shows up. So these are your competitors, and they're your content. So what we want to do is we want to see what they've done correctly to get to that top spot. So I actually have a tool here that I pay for a subscription to. It's called Ahrefs. And it's kind of cool. It gives me a sneak peek behind all the competitors' websites, their traffic, their keywords, their backlinks, and I'll explain later about backlinks. But Ahrefs shows you that. It actually shows you what your site's ranking for too. So this is your site, and I've pulled up the keywords that your site is being ranked for. They're right down here. And you can see here's the volume, the number of searches for this particular keyword, and what your position is and the number of clicks you're getting. So as you can see here, for a lot of these popular search terms, you're way, way, way down the search results. You're not getting any clicks for that traffic. Okay, so it shows us that. So the other thing cool is I can go look at the competitor site. Again, I pulled their site up here and look at their keywords, and we can see here, in the 1,000 searches a month for Louisville Roofing, they're in 7th position. They're getting 46 clicks. Roofing Louisville KY, 900 searches. They're in the number 1 position, 152 clicks. So what we want to do is go out there and actually get these keywords and get them on your site more times than the competition. All right, the next thing I want to talk to you about is we go here and we look at this, and again, in a Google search for just, a common term, Roofing Louisville KY, roofing companies Louisville KY. We go down here. The next section I want to talk about here is called the Google Map Pack, or the maps. And on these results, we can see business's name, address, and phone number. So right here, this is called like the big 3, right? This is where everybody wants to be. And I'm sure you look at this and you're asking yourself, well, how do I get there? Well, I'm going to explain that. This has everything to do with these things we call citations. And you're probably saying, well, what the heck is a citation, right? It's actually pretty simple. It's your business's name, address, and phone number out there on directories like Yahoo, Google Places, Bing, Yelp, Yellow Book, Hot Frog, all these places you've probably heard of. And it's really important that we get your exact name, phone number, and address as it's listed on Google. What's this do? Well, it's important. And it's important because it sends trust signals back to Google that you're an actual legit company, not some fly-by-night or somebody that just started. And by getting out on these directories, having them list your name, address, and phone number, it starts to build up your popularity and your relevance with Google. And if you get enough of them, it starts pushing you into these top 3. It's really simple to go out and get these. And you probably already have some for your site right now, actually. So we know right now you're not in these top spots. And nationwide, the top 3 average is 150 citations to get there. So since you're not in these top three, our goal will be to go out and get there and not just get the 150 that the competitors have, but to get 200, 250, and really blow them out of the water. That would guarantee moving you up into these top spots and really getting you a lot of traffic and a lot of clicks. So that's the second thing. The third thing I want to talk about is how do I get to the top of the organic search right here. So here's the top, right? If you look at any study, this is called search engine optimization, or SEO, and you want to get to the top of that because right now about 60% of the traffic, right, they skip the ads, they skip, through the map pack, and they come right down here to the organic search results. So how do you get to the top? For this, we go back to my tool called Ahrefs, and this is what comes down to what we call backlinks, okay? So we can look right here. We can look at overview. This shows you that your site right now has 0 backlinks, okay? And that's you're getting about 8 visits a month of traffic. So again, we go over and look at the competitor. We look at their backlinks, and they have 1.9 thousand backlinks, and they're getting about 1.9 thousand visits a month. All right, so what is a backlink? Well, I want you to think of backlinks as kind of a popularity contest back when you were in high school. And the way Google looks at this is like a popularity contest. Like if you were a kid in high school that got the newest pair of cool shoes like Air Jordans, right? And when you get to school, you walk past the most popular group and they stop you, right? And they're pointing at your shoes. They're talking about how you have the most amazing shoes, how cool they are. That's going to raise your popularity there. And you think of every kid who pointed at your shoes and made a comment as being a backlink online, every single kid. So what that means is we want to get all these websites, all these other popular kids pointing back to your site. And if we get them pointing back to you, then you're going to become more popular. And so right now, the competition, they have more backlinks, so they're more popular. The cool thing, this is just, again, like the citations. We don't want to just get the same numbers then. We want to go out and get their backlinks and point them back to you, plus more. And you're probably asking how to do that. Well, again, inside this tool, I can actually pull up, right here, I pull up the backlinks that the competitor is getting, and we can actually see what they are and go out and get these backlinks for your website. So I actually pulled up one of the sites that's backlinking to them, and you can see if we go here and we search at Control F and we search for that competitor, HKC, they come up 3 times. And if we click on that and we click on the backlink right there, it actually takes us right to their website. Okay? So we want to go out there and get those backlinks for your site to make you more popular. So once again, we went over 3 things. Content. Your front page needs to have at least 1,500 words with the right keywords, okay? And hidden behind pictures, in the content of the text, and all that. Citations. Most of the top 3 sites have about 150 of these. I want to get yours to 200, 250 to really beat out the competition by a landslide. And then backlinks are link juice. You need more relevant sites pointing at you guys to show Google you are the authority and you're the site that needs to be found for these searches. And if you implement these strategies today, you can be number 1 across Google. So I bet you're wondering, what now? Well, you can take this information I provided you today and go do this on your own, and I'm totally fine with that. However, if you want the most effective route and want to save yourself the time, you can give me a call at 502-554-1482, and we can talk more about how I can help you with this. Once again, Raleigh, my name is David Milburn, and my number is 502-554-1482. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.